Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over some knee-jerk reactions ahead of Game Week 18. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 35 likes. Leave a comment, what transfers are you thinking of making this week? Also, how is your game week going so far? It's been a shambles, and that is just the honest truth. Subscribe if you're brand new. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, before we go over my knee-jerk reactions, I'm just gonna go over what could possibly be the worst game week of my life, and it's not even over yet. Yeah, honestly, just a shambles. Honestly, just so bad. We'll start off in goal. Steele didn't play. There were a lot of reports about Sanchez having COVID, so I decided to not bring in a new keeper. And I was like, let's just hope that all of these reports are true, you know, like actual legitimate reports, you know, people that have got things right in the past was saying that Sanchez was one of the Brighton players that had COVID. And I was also hoping that Locadia, who's obviously my first on bench, there's also like information about Morpay, however you pronounce his name, also being out with COVID. And so I was hoping that Locadia might play as well, who's also just had a price rise, by the way. He went up to 4.4 to 4.5, which I don't really know why. But yeah, of course, neither of them played. I think it was actually Steele that had COVID because he wasn't even on the bench, and neither was Locadia. So I think either both of them had COVID or just both of them didn't travel or whatever. Either way, 0 points from both of them. De Gea, of course, didn't play because the Brentford game got called off, so no points from my goalkeeper. At the back, Trent hasn't played yet, and Rudiger and James hasn't played yet, but Livramento did play, but he may as well have not. He got 0 points. He conceded 2 and got a yellow card, so that was just great. I mean, I would have took a point. I would honestly, it's got to the stage where I'm honestly just scavenging for 1 point because it's that bad. So I'm honestly begging on my knees that Chelsea keep a clean sheet tonight against Everton, which they should. Everton have been so poor lately. But of course, they both have to start as well. And knowing how this game week's going, I can see James getting benched, or maybe even Rudiger. I don't even know anymore. But I need them both to play, and I need Trent to just. I know a lot of people own him, but a lot of people don't as well. I need him to just get a clean sheet and score like 6 goals or something. So that's my back line. A strong 0 so far from my back 5. Well, my back 4 and my goalkeeper, but of course 3 of them still to play, which again, where all my points are going to be. In midfield, Sissoko. Great news, the Burnley game was called off literally 2.5 hours before they were supposed to play, which is even more annoying because the Premier League literally put out a statement earlier that day saying no more games were going to get postponed this week. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll have the rest of my team playing, but no, it don't work like that. No, FPL, as good as it is also the most aggravating and annoying thing as well. And Sissoko not playing, obviously another 0 pointer, which isn't great. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it could have been worse. Like, Dennis could have played, who could have got a lot of returns, maybe. So if Sissoko did play, he probably would have got me 2 points. But at the end of the day, Dennis could have scored, King could have scored, and I don't own either of those. So maybe I've dodged a bullet. I will never know. And then Bernardo coming off on 1 point, came off at half time. Apparently a small injury or something. So I'm hoping he's okay. But it was just adding more salt to the wound, really. They scored 7 goals, and Cancelo obviously would have feasted if he played, and then Bernardo didn't obviously get the 45 minutes after that. So really unfortunate there. I mean, if Cancelo played that game, he would have got a clean sheet. He would have probably got an attacking return. Let's be honest, like, they just dominated Leeds that game. Leeds just did not turn up. I've still got Salah and Jota, Salah being my captain, but now of course Firmino is fully back in training. I'm not super worried about Jota not like starting this game. I feel like he'll play like 75 minutes and then Firmino will have a bit of a run around, and then Tottenham next week Firmino might start, which is another issue. AFCON might be off as well, so that makes it even worse for Jota owners. It might be time to get rid of him for like Foden or someone and just triple up on City ahead of that really nice fixture run they have. But I'm really hopeful that Jota does get something tonight, and also Salah gets something. Well, not necessarily Salah because everyone's captained him anyway, but Trent as well. And then Antonio missed the 2-pointer himself. He looked so bad last night against Arsenal. I mean, the red card didn't help, and he obviously went to right back when Soufal got sent off. But then I think he moved back up front when someone came on later on in the game, but he looked terrible. As an Antonio owner, I'm just kind of used to it right now, but even though they've got such a good fixture run coming up, he's just not looked like himself. He's got 1 attacking return in like 8 game weeks, which was an assist, which shouldn't have even been an assist. It was like a couple weeks ago where he literally just passed it to I can't remember his name, but he literally just scored that goal, which was supposed to be a cross, but it is what it is. Watkins really, you know, might have to take him to a chiropractor because he's carrying my back. He's carrying my team so much that his back might actually start hurting. 12 points. That was my transfer this week. I took Vardy out for Watkins, and it's mind-blowing to think that if I didn't do that, I would be on 3 points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. 3 points from 5 players. Obviously with Vardy still to play, but if Vardy blanks against Tottenham, which I don't think he will, because Tottenham's side are very depleted, but as well as that, Leicester have like 9 players out for COVID as well, I think, or something like that. But yeah, honestly, I have to, you know, big myself up a little bit for making that transfer, because Watkins has really saved my game week. He could have had 2 as well. He really could have had 2. But I think he's also at a price rise now. A lot of people are kind of jumping on the Watkins train. So I'm just really fortunate that I decided to bring him in against Norwich, and that he did get 2 returns and 3 bonus, because honestly, I don't know where I would be without that. But as you can see, I've been very unlucky this week. I could have took hits and stuff, but I just decided against it. Maybe I should have. To be fair, if I was going to take a hit, I probably would have bought Ramsdale in maybe. So he would have got me 1 point, technically, because I would have took a -4 and then he got 5 back. So I would have got 1 point from that. And then, I mean, I would have been on 16. But I guess I want De Gea for the future fixture as well. And they've got a double game week coming up. I probably also would have took out Locadia or Locadia. A lot of you guys are saying I'm pronouncing it wrong. I would have also took Locadia out for Dennis as well, who didn't even play. So I would have took a -8 and only got 5 points back. So I'd actually be on even worse right now if I did that. So it could have been a lot worse. But yeah, let's go over the actual knee-jerk reactions of the week. And Watkins is the most brought in player, which again isn't surprising. Burnley, then Chelsea, then Leeds, then Brentford. Just really nice fixtures coming up for Watkins. He seems to be the talisman at the moment. You know, like he plays better, I think, with Ings. But Ings didn't even start. And he played like, he still got like an assist and a goal and everything, and again could have got 2. So yeah, really happy with Watkins now. I think I'm just going to hold him for a long time now. Dennis, another player that has been heavily transferred in. Fixtures are still okay, like Crystal Palace. Wolves look really good at the back, by the way. They look so solid at the back. And then they have West Ham, then Tottenham, then Newcastle and Norwich. Again, this will be around like when AFCON is, so if AFCON does go ahead, and I think that Nigeria just sacked their manager as well, so he might even be more inclined to pick Dennis now, because he is very much in form. So Dennis owners will obviously be missing those 2 game weeks if AFCON does go ahead and he does get picked. So yeah, King might be the better option as of right now, but I'll have to cross that bridge when I get to it. Foden, another player that has been heavily transferred in this week. Again, I might be making the move to Foden from Jota if Jota's minutes are like really risky. Again, Foden is kind of sporting quite a ankle injury right now, but he looked fine last night. He played really well and could have got a lot more, to be fair. 12 points, I think. I was just honestly hiding behind the sofa, because that could have been a lot worse. Gallagher, another player that's brought in, it's just the Gallagher effect. I feel like he gets a massive haul, does nothing, gets an assist, does nothing, everyone sells him, and then he just gets a massive haul again, and it's just the Gallagher cycle. Because when he plays deep, he just doesn't get involved with anything. Like, he might get an assist every now and again, but when he plays really forward, he's a really good option. And they've got some really nice fixtures coming up as well, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be bringing him in as of right now. And Antonio, for whatever reason, one of the most transferred players in. I mean, I get it's for the fixture, and they've got like Norwich, Southampton, Watford, Crystal Palace, Leeds, but at the same time, he's been so bad. Look at his history, man. It's 2-2, 5-1, 2-2, 2-2, 7, 1-2. I mean, like, look at that. That is awful. Like, 1 assist, which again shouldn't have even been an assist. So he's had no returns basically in 7 game weeks. Apart from a lucky assist. So yeah, if anything, I'm probably going to get rid of him in the future for like a Tony or someone like that when Brentford's fixtures kind of turn. And then most transferred out this week, Bernardo, over 100,000 people taking him out. Again, they just see a flag and then they just straight off him. But the thing is, he's going to be rested now for Newcastle. You know, Pep said that it wasn't like any injury or anything like that. He said he felt like uncomfortable or something, so he took him off as a precautionary measure when they were 3-0 up, which again, that means that he's had a rest, he'll be ready for Newcastle at the weekend, and I think hopefully he does reward all the people that do not sell him. But again, Foden could also be a very good option for that game week, but Cancelo's back for that game week as well. So yeah, that Newcastle game is going to be horrible. And again, Liverpool have got Newcastle tonight as well, so Newcastle fans are going to have horrible couple of game weeks for sure. Townsend, most transferred out as well, with a foot injury. I didn't even know that like a lot of people still owned him, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, obviously he's just been transferred out because of the injury. Vardy, another most transferred out player, again, doesn't have the greatest fixture run coming up. Tottenham, Everton, City, Liverpool. Norwich and Burnley is nice, but then after that he has Brighton, Liverpool, West Ham. I'm kind of staying away from Leicester players. Maybe Maddison in the future, but again, their fixtures just don't really give me a reason to bring him in. Antonio, also one of the most transferred out players. So again, 30,000 people brought him in, 28,000 people took him out. And then as well as that, last but not least, Jesus is also a player that has been heavily transferred out. Again, not really too sure. I don't think he's played the last couple of games or something. I mean, he didn't play the Leeds game, but then he did play Wolves. I mean, I don't really know why you would sell a City player that just had a rest before a Newcastle fixture. I don't really think that's the smartest move. But yeah, again, just don't make any transfers until we get more information, especially now. Like, I know I did an early transfer last week from Vardy to Watkins, and I guess if I hadn't have done that, I probably would have saved that transfer and used it on someone else, which again wouldn't necessarily have been the best idea, because I probably would have just bought in Ramsdale. So instead of the 12 points that Watkins got me, I would have just got 5 points from Ramsdale. But maybe Tottenham, maybe Vardy holds tonight against Tottenham, we don't know. But yeah, 100% save. Like, I'm just saving my transfers now. There's no way I'm doing an early transfer at all, because it's just so risky, and there's just more positive COVID cases coming out every single time. Like, but yeah, I mean, everyone's had a terrible week. There's just nothing you can do about it. You just kind of have to deal with the cards that you've been dealt. You can't really go for future transfers either. You kind of just have to play with the cards you've been dealt and just play with what you've got in front of you, because that's all you can really do. Make really late transfers until you have all the information possible, and just hope for the best, because that's all you can really do at the moment. Anyway, though, that's going to be everything for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment. What is your game week score at the moment? What's your team looking like? What transfers are you thinking of making? Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Until next time, peace.